We're going live with audio. Would you mind doing me a quick test and see if we can both be heard?
I'm doing test now.
I will continue talking, and then you can just hop in whenever you can. So the quick brown jumps over something that people call the lazy dog, and I'm hoping that this is enough dead air audio for you.
A lazy dog is similar to a lazy Susan.
Ooh, oofa doofa. Rough.
Anyways, right. Yes. No, I just needed to get my voice in there and make sure I could be heard.
How's it? Does it sound
It's
great?
It's shanana.
Perfectico. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to transition us over from starting soon to a rather like striking image. Da-da-da-da. Blam! There we go.
Striking image.
Okay, well, I'm not going to jump into the server like straight away. I'm just going to leave it on this one D&D page for a second, see if anyone joins and wants to like hang out before we fill in the form. Seems like we do have at least one or two person. Okay, it's you, it's me, and it's nothing strange.
Hey, that's the Chaos Crew.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
That name's been taken.
Oh, yes, obviously. We have now our recordings are now enabled thanks to, Santa.
Oh, yes, thank you very much, Santa.
No, absolutely. So what's going to happen now is
Christmas came early this year.
Very early. We'll be able to download these videos, and actually, I'm thinking just post them directly to YouTube.
Nifty.
So that's something that I'll probably do, or at least download them, and then we've got them if we need like podcast material instead of struggling with it. Before I jump away, we jump away with the D&D Beyond side of things. I want to actually first tell you about the experience I had with the Yoko payment thing. So yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time. Well, no, let me put it this way. We set up the club last year, and I went, okay, cool, I can get us a website for free, basically for nothing. So building a basic website is less than 100 Rand a month. And it's WordPress, and it's hosted with Afrios, the local host, and it's quite simple. Now the hosting fees currently, I think, is just above 100 Rand. I think it's 100 Rand or 95 Rand currently, and it's for Bronze Pro, which is the package they have. It just gives us a little bit more traffic and some more extra storage space. Very nice package, nothing bad with it. But I helped run the website for Protea. Let me stop there. You can guess which Protea. I helped run the website for one of my previous jobs, and
the farm that grows the flowers.
Farm, yes. And they, what happened there was, we always struggled with website stability, just always.
Yes.
And it's something I could never figure out. And with the gaming website, with the club website, I thought, well, we're not going to be doing active multiple sales on the site every day, constantly. Maybe it'll be fine, and it was relatively fine. And then I looked at it and said, like, well, it's stable enough, it's not breaking. Maybe we just get a few add-ons. Maybe we, instead of buying into thousands and thousands of rands for something like Squarespace, etc., or Shopify, which I also inspected at the time, maybe, just maybe, buying a few add-ons for WordPress will, help it along. Now, nothing against WordPress. I actually kind of like it. I like their business model. I also like the way their software works. I like the way that it all like interconnects and links. And if you want a quick and dirty website for basically the price of a can of Coke and a back rub, I don't know who's giving you your back rubs, but that's
a back rub.
Not a WordPress one.
Maybe not.
You're worth more than that anyway. So part of that though is that it was rather nice. It did its thing, and then I sat down over December in 2021 into 2022 and said, okay, cool, we need the following functionality, because this was just what the club needed at it. And then I basically took some of my own money, invested into the club, and said, okay, cool, I'm gonna sort this out. I know what I'm doing, or I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna throw money at this until it works, and it worked. We got some add-ons and stuff that really made the difference. We were able to book. We were able to allow people to book. We had full control over pretty much everything we needed. But it just always kept breaking at the most inopportune times. One of the things I noticed actually with the old site, right, was that the way it handled dropped sessions. So if you opened it on a fresh vanilla site, like, then everything would be fine. Gilded rose.co.za. If you open the previous site, everything would be like straight up fine, immediately. Just blam, it works well.
Blam.
Okay, but then what happens is once you've signed in, it's your session just lies there, and it doesn't want to. I don't know. It doesn't. When you then start using it again, even if you're effectively loading it from scratch, it then breaks. It then gives you those errors. I think, have seen those errors before. Where it sort of just throws you out, or it tells you it can't log in, or this it's a 403, or it's never a 404. It's like a 403 error essentially. Well, fine, okay. And I tried to find ways to I tried caching tools to keep the cache clear. I tried different login methods. I tried to make the cookies more sticky, adding chocolate chips or something. I don't know. Never could make it work out. And then on top of that, what the other problem in the backend I ended up experiencing was because we were running multiple add-ons. Essentially, the way it works is you've got a core database. That's the WordPress database. But this database is essentially just a database, but it's got the core set of tables, and those core set of tables are all needed to make WordPress work. The way these add-ons works is they just install their own idea of how tables should work and look right next to them, which is fine. It really is fine. The SQL databases are very robust, and the database itself functions very well. The database never really stops to function. The problem comes in when these different pieces of software, because they're essentially running alongside each other and not really in concert, in my experience, this is my best guess. I'm not saying this is what it is. This is my best guess. They don't really share a single database controller interface, which is actually possible in the way WordPress is set up and PHP sites work. So that means that you can actually have data lock issues where basically to bring it to something a bit more real world, it's like trying to open the stall while someone else is using it. In a toilet, I guess. I don't know why my WordPress site suddenly turned into a public restroom, but I digress.
He's just trying to say it's shit without saying it's shit. No, I'm joking.
It's a mushroom website.
Yes, feed it a lot of shit and keep it in the dark.
So, anyways, in the end, I don't know. I kind of got stuck with it, and earlier this year, I did sit down and try and quietly throw not a lot of money, but threw down just a few rands here. I think it was that like 200 or 300 rand, really not a lot in the greater scheme of things, of my own money to play around with both Squarespace and with Shopify to see what they offer me and how they work. And I wasn't super impressed with either. And then I knew back then, but by the end of that process, it was a weekend I was working on it. I was already tired and kind of over it, and I'd spent some money, and I couldn't get anything that worked. Then it was at the tip of my tongue, but I couldn't remember Wix. And then you mentioned it again when we went to a meeting on Monday, and then I was yes, Wix. I need to go check this out. And I remember getting home on Friday night. I was a little bit under weather, and then Tuesday night I was like, fuck it, screw everything. I'm gonna sit down and look at Wix now. I fiddled with Wix Tuesday night, fiddled with it Wednesday evening because my game got cancelled, and then basically sat down on Thursday evening with you, last night now with you, to just load the product.
Hello, I am the brains behind the look of the website.
The brains behind the looks, yes.
So if it looks like shit, it's my fault.
No, it doesn't look like shit. Okay, don't worry. So yeah, that's kind of what we did then, and it was kind of expensive. Okay, so let me quickly on currently on stream we're like browsing the internet, so I'm just quickly gonna bring up Bookly. Bookly is the main like core big price tag add-on we added to the old site, right? Now the one nice thing about Bookly that I admired about it is that it doesn't have a recurring fee. It can for if you go for their cloud services, but for main Bookly, it's you for main like core Bookly you can have like a once-off price and get it done with. So the regular license, right, for Bookly is $89. Now let's quickly do a ZAR to USD comparison. So if we blam 89, so that's 1,541 rand, right? Now obviously inflation, etc., etc. Let's see what it was like in a year ago. I think so January 2022. If we go by January prices, it would have been it would have been essentially I think that yeah, the exchange rate was a bit higher then actually, so it might have actually been more expensive. Good Lord. Anyway, what's my point? My point is that the base Bookly costs that much, and we bought add-ons after that, which we realized were pieces of functionality we needed out of Bookly that's not part of the basic one. For example, if you want to be able to in Bookly, which is a great program by the way, not putting Bookly on blast, I really actually like what they've done. They essentially created their own little system that just happens to be connected to WordPress. They've got for example, if you want to be able to have a simple example, if you want to have a booking that repeats, right? For example, we're booking a game that's gonna run every Thursday for 3 weeks.
Yep.
That's an add-on, and that add-on to Bookly, that's like an extra license you have to buy for Bookly, and it costs a separate fee, a once-off fee, but it does cost a separate fee, and so we're now looking at, again, let's say double the price essentially. So let's say about 3,000 rand, roughly. And this is just for the add-ons to WordPress, and then this is just something you manually you click a button and it installs next to your stuff. That's automated. That's done by the WordPress system, which is great. But now we're 3,000 rand in the whole, plus the monthly 100 rand, which is basically nothing. So the website costs that much, and then then fundamentally, that's like 3,000 rand just to get the booking system going, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't really do. People that can register by it have to manually update them as guild members once they've paid. The people can go to the website to pay their guild memberships, but they had to follow a link to a payfast space outside of the site, etc., etc. And here's the reason I'm so excited about switching to Wix, and this is, I mean, not sponsored by Wix or anything here. Unfortunately not.
Speak a little louder. They didn't hear us.
Wix. I mean, we got a bit of a discount, I think, because we're first-time buyers. But for an entire year, because you have to pay every year, basically, you can go for a monthly fee, but that's a very expensive thing. If you pay for a year up front, which we did, you get for 2,800 rand, including tax. We got the entirety of a professional business Wix package, which included everything that Bookly did for us, like everything, including a robust e-store, including the ability to properly sell through an online seller, which I didn't even know about, which now causes us to save like we would usually have, for example, roughly a 4 rand fee per transaction. Now we're taking like a 2 rand fee per transaction. There's just like a win on a win on a win. Now, obviously, we had to spend money to make money, or spend money to get to where we are now. But I don't see this as a bad spend at all. I'm really, really chuffed. And with the stability of the new website, where I could, like, on my phone, on the web, or on a browser, I can just come and log in and log out whenever bloody hell I want, and it doesn't break. It just doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know if you've encountered an error page yet.
Like I said, there was some wonkiness when I tried to log in. Like one of our guild members helpfully posted that if you use the link that we emailed, it says, this has been expired. You just need to resend. I did that, and then it still didn't want to log me in. Now, I don't remember exactly how I created the original account on the previous website, because I did go and check, because I have access to the back end. You have loaded my email address, my account, onto the new website, because you also sent me an email saying, I got an email saying I have been moved to one of the founders groups. I'm a founder.
That was later.
Now I can wear a badge. Anyways, the long story short is I knew my account was on the website. I just needed to essentially create a new password. It wasn't interacting. It wasn't. It would reset a password. It would tell me the password reset, and then I would try to log in with my email and the new password I set, and it would say invalid username or password. And I sat there and I was confused. And I said to myself, if I click on the button that says login with Google, it's going to log me in without issue, but it might duplicate my account.
Oh, yeah. I actually got a message from one of the club members also that said, listen, I logged in with my Google account. I'm afraid I might have 2 accounts now. Could you please check? And then I just checked and said, no, it's a proper website.
The email, yeah.
Yeah, and just
happened.
Realized
that's exactly what happened to me. I logged in with the Google, no issues, and it just updated like the information, like my account email on the website didn't have my little Google, like the image I have for my Google account, and then it updated with that, and now I can log in with my Google. Yay!
Yeah, that's so. Honestly, just happy all around. It's we obviously we obviously had to look this. This is now we're talking about a lot about the club now. But just to sort of reiterate it. But I mean, this is my and yours baby at this point. Now I'm in the situation where because this is something I'm constantly investing into, because I want to see it grow in specific ways. Just grow in general. I released some of I've got a small savings account for random crap like this. I just released some funds from there and then used basically I think 45 or 40% of the rest came from the club bank account directly. But I mean, I ranted to Rolandi about everything we got, and I just realized how good it is. So let me read you real quick what I wrote to her. Not verbatim, but I'm not going to read her responses. I basically said, it is so stable. It costs less in time and money, and if someone pays to join the club now, the site updates their membership automatically and changes it to cancelled automatically when their time is done. It can do recurring payments. We have access to booking events, forms, the shop, and all, and it all works without a single error so far. I had to put the so far there just to be safe. Card transactions are halved from 4 rand per 50 rand down to just over 2 rand, and you can now take payments at events. All this cost 2 nights after work fiddling and about 3,000 rand. I put down just over half of this from a savings account and paid the rest out of the club, and it's 3,000 rand for an entire year. The current site cost me nearly double that, and it is still janky. So basically, I'm still reading. So basically, to run this amazing site, we only need 5 active club members. So it's because it comes down to 250 rand a month. That's it. That's nothing. To give you an idea, is I have a standing payment from my day job that pays into the club account every month 500 rand, which is my investment into the club. So that we even if we only have 5 members, for example, we can still do the event stuff and do the painting days and do the mini stuff and buy the books and stuff. So because that's all that this is supposed to be for my, for me at least, an excuse to get the dedicated people that want to play D&D the same place. Well, those that are in Bloom anyway. Anyway, so now, and then what's the other thing I said here? Oh yes, and then there's more things. It's got a robust integration with the shop. It's a lot less work for us. Oh, we also get native integration with Facebook Marketplace, Instagram Marketplace, and eBay. We don't really use eBay in South Africa, but and it gives us 24/7 tech support. So should we encounter an error, we phone tech support.
Nice.
So it's just nuts. And I mean, for example, a week ago I didn't use Wix. A week ago I couldn't even remember the name of the company. I loaded a couple of dice last night on the website for club members to buy. A club member messaged me, listen, I am interested in these 4 sets. Can I buy them tomorrow, and can you maybe keep them separate? And I was like, no problem. Went to the website. It was like, oh, let's see if I can just set a item in my inventory to not show. Went to the inventory, searched them all, tick boxes next to them, and said, cool, hide. It wasn't. It's almost like the entire everything that I'm not saying Squarespace doesn't do what Wix does, right? But Wix just was like putting on the perfect shoe. It just fit everywhere. It fit with the booking. It fit with the payments. It fit with the theming. It fit with the way we could edit the front end and the layouts. And everything just, for lack of a bit of fiddling, worked. I can't. It made my week. You've no idea.
I'm so glad.
The amount of hours I spent over weekends to sit down and I would dread it because I was like, okay, I'm gonna try and fix something on the website, and I'd open my schedule on the weekend because I know I'd be here from Friday night until past midnight, barely sleep, go to bed frustrated, wake up in the morning, carry on. It's not anymore. Fuck that. Anyways, sorry, I'm really just babbling about it now, but thank you for listening.
It's awesome. I'm very pleased that that it's made you so happy. I genuinely did not expect it to be the answer that it has turned out to be.
But anyways, luckily our stuff is being recorded so we can post it later. So tell me a bit again about the 1D&D forum and what we're looking at on screen.
Well, I mean, you go to Tech Survey at the bottom there, and then we'll go through the survey together. It's when certain questions come up that pertain to the actual PDF document, we can answer them together and formulate plans on how to answer.
Okay, so I've got the Unearthed Arcana for character origins for 1D&D, what's effectively being called 1D&D. Open separately, 2-page view. There we go. So I've got it open here on a tab. so I can tab back to it as we work. But yes. So the survey is open. It doesn't seem like it will be a very long survey, but let's have a look at it. So, do you want to read it? I've spoken a lot. Give my voice a break. Give us a read of the first page.
Cool. Get back to it because I was also opening the. Anyways, there we go. So, Dungeons and Dragons. Thanks for taking time to complete this feedback survey on the 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons tabletop role-playing game, RPG. This survey focuses on character origin, background, feat, and spell options released in Unearthed Arcana on August 18th, 2022. If you haven't read those options yet, you can find them here. Would you like to rate the materials presented in character origins? We're going to answer no and end the survey right there.
That's
yes. Yes, we are going to. We're here because we do want to do that. That's a bit of a, my opinion, but fair enough. And then this question always makes me feel like I'm a bit of a cheat. But what was the first edition of D&D that you played? For me, it was 5th. Officially played on tabletop. I obviously played. I keep forgetting. I think it's actually no. I think Baldur's Gate is 2nd edition, based on 2nd edition. Neverwinter Nights is based on 3.5.
Yeah,
that's correct.
Yeah, that sounds correct. Yeah. Baldur's Gate, yeah, that'll be 2nd edition. Like it'll be over an adaptation of Advanced
Yeah,
D&D.
obviously, but yes, no. But yes, I played the original Baldur's Gate games and Neverwinter Nights, both 1 and 2. Same with the Baldur's Gate. I played Icewind Dale. So I played those games long before I ever played the tabletop version of D&D. The first time I played the tabletop version was actually when my brother invited me over to play, because his group of friends were all hyped up about D&D in Stranger Things. The first season had just come out.
Oh, that was that's a nice touchstone.
No. I think it was I think the 2nd or 3rd season was already out. But anyways, his friends wanted to play because they were hyped by Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
Before I even showed up to this game, I watched all of the Handbook a Helper series that Critical Role put out.
Oh yeah, there were quite a few of those.
And in the process, I watched other stuff as well, all about how to play D&D, because I didn't have any of the physical books. In the process, I realized D&D, like the core content, is primarily based in the Forgotten Realms and along the Sword Coast. And my brain was like, I knew that Baldur's Gate was related to Dungeons and Dragons, but I didn't realize that the game itself actually takes place 90%, well, okay, let's say 70% of the time on
official
the Sword
settings,
Coast.
Yeah. Yeah,
it blew my mind because I was an avid lover of the Baldur's Gate games and Neverwinter Nights. I consumed those games. I lived and breathed them. So much so that when I finished Neverwinter Nights 2, I was depressed.
Yeah,
because
no, I get
couldn't
that.
find a game that was like that until I found Dragon Age, and then I got into Dragon Age.
Yeah, I suck at Dragon Age.
But yes, that's a little bit of my D&D history.
I've got a shorter answer. I just started with 3.5 edition. But yeah, no, but that's awesome, man. I back in it before I actually started playing this, I did play digital versions of similar games. I did play a little bit of Icewind Dale and Baldur's Gate way back when I was younger, before I moved out of my parents' home, before I left school, basically. But they were always very slow and clunky Western RPGs to me, because that's because, but when I grew up, my touchstone in gaming as I was growing up was sort of one of our friends of our family, which introduced me to JRPGs. So from a very young age, I was far more connected and integrated into Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, Grandia, Eastern role playing games, where
JRPGs.
yeah, which were way more exciting, beat by beat more exciting. The plots were way more straightforward and sometimes just a little bit honestly, it's Eastern writing, so it's very silly sometimes. But there's always something happening. It's always colorful. It's always exciting. It's always things are moving, and the tactics came from your very careful, manipulation of status effects and initiative cues. So yeah, that was always a lot of fun. But yeah, that's where I started. The first proper quote unquote or more like a hardcore Western role playing games I actually played and really tried to play were Fallout 1, the original Fallout for DOS and PC, and which was built on GURPS, if I remember correctly, which is also a pen and paper RPG. It's also a physical RPG, but it's different. It's much different. Anyway, that's the one I tried. I played
saying
a bit.
It's different doesn't make it better.
And then the other one I really enjoyed at time, which I played way more of, which isn't based on any pre-written adventure, like a physical pen and paper RPG, was Arcanum. Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic. Now I've talked about it before, and it's
Magic Obscura.
Yes, it's a really it's semi steampunk with magic, but honestly, it's almost like saying, how do I put this? It's almost like saying hydrogen cars exist. Yeah, and we live in an age of hydrogen cars. In how many streets in how many cities in the entire world do you think actual hydrogen cars are moving? Not a lot. So that's the way they handled both magic and the Steamwork stuff. So it's there, and you have to be aware of it. But it's a very much like a post-industrial revolution era. Anyway, not going to go into that now. Bottom line, that's the other one, hard one I played. And then the next one I played, which I really enjoyed, was Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, which I very quickly realized, oh, this is based on 3rd edition. And I kind of just knew it was, but I haven't ever played it. And then by this time, I was roughly the time I first moved out of my parents' home and came to Bloemfontein, and then got exposed to D&D through a friend of a friend, and then the rest is kind of just history. But yes, I don't think the man will even remember it, right? But Zaffa Geek on Twitch.
Oh,
he was in my first D&D party. I was one of the players right next to him. Because he was one of the more experienced players. That one of his the person was DMing it for us, brought along some of his friends that he knew was more experienced.
Ah, yes. That's the mark of a good DM, when the DM brings people who know how to play along to teach the people who are new to play. Because the DM is busy running the game. He doesn't got time to teach.
So yeah, my first character ever was gnome illusionist. With a halfling or gnome, I can't remember. I think it was halfling illusionist, which managed to get the kill shot on the monster for the day with a slingshot because I was out of spell slots. Or at least prepared spells. Sorry, 3rd edition was a bit different. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna start with 3rd edition and click next.
Beautiful. Next up, which of the following character origin options have you played? Choose all that apply. And I just want to pull up yours. Oh, okay. So that we can same thing, because sometimes these surveys differ. I know they have differed in the past because another YouTuber discovered this. Nerd Immersion did a survey and
awesome.
Did a survey, and through his commenters on his YouTube channel, he discovered that these surveys can differ from person to person.
Well,
I think
that's
it's
just good
actually
surveys.
more region based. I think
Oh.
they differ from region to region. But anyways,
Well, my first question here says, which of the following character origin options have you playtested?
okay, character origin options. Have you actually none? We haven't actually played any of them.
I haven't had the time. I'm too busy with other games,
Yeah,
which is a bit sad. But I'm waiting for a bit more content to come out before I playtest this. That's kind of where I am.
yeah. I mean, that's not to say I think that both the tiefling and ardling options are really cool. In
Yes, I
general, I
was about to say
actually
the same
think
thing. I actually just want to play a game where we have a couple of Ardlings running around to see how it feels.
yeah, I actually in general like the way the races are set up where they don't have any modifiers, racial modifiers. That concept to me is a brilliant way to move away from the, let's say, complaints about racial modifiers that have been around for ages, and then attaching those to your actual background is just so ingenious in that your modifiers, your starting modifiers, are based on how you were brought up and not what you were born as. I mean, not to say that being born as an elf shouldn't, I don't know, make you more intelligent, but
No, but I know I know what you mean. It's like with your character in our it's like your it's semi joke character, but with your character in our Curse of Strahd game with Xandric, you are and with like your bugbear in our Wednesday campaign, which ended which was both were removals of the norm. So basically, uh, you can be a vile orc, but if you were born and raised in a different society, nature versus nurture does matter in certain circumstances. Yes, you will have the musculature and strength of an orc, but your morals and your upbringing and your skill set will affect your outlook on life. Um,
mm,
I mean, it's obviously a much more complex in real life. It's a much more complex discussion than just that. But for a role playing game, knowing that I could be, a very, I can be an elf, a high elf, but because I unfortunately grew up amongst, or fortunately grew up amongst orcs, I value strength and brutish displays of violence above grace and careful study. Now
mm,
combine now just imagine that for a moment, because in Forgotten Realms lore, at least, or at least in D&D lore or
mm,
writings, elves are in some way historically bound to the Feywild, and to some extent,
mm,
if you go read some of the source material, they actually are a little bit connected to the Feywild while they grow up until they become of age, somewhere around 17 or 20 or something like that.
mm,
And then they suddenly get, not completely, but mostly cut off from the Feywild, and that's a massive emotional shock to elves. Just imagine all that Feywild and emotional shock and stuff, but in someone that was raised by orcs, and then but with the ability to live as long as they do, to see generations of orcs, and learn battle tactics from multiple warlords and stuff like that. For
mm,
example, if you're leaning into the trope of warlike and aggressive orcs. But what I'm
mm.
trying to say is, I agree with you. I think it's nice that they've moved the traits and stuff a little bit away from the race and into the class.
Yeah, no, I think that's admittedly a very smart move. Um, but now on to the important question. How
Oh dear.
satisfied were you overall with the character origin options as presented in the article?
So
Very
human,
dissatisfied, dissatisfied, satisfied, very satisfied.
I'm
Don't
very
know, not
satisfied with
sure.
human, because just because human again leans, like
I'm also very satisfied with you.
yeah, because it I like sort of the trope that you can play a fancy character, but the human, because they are sort of the human is the median line. I like
The
that.
humans are always presented in every game where you have like character races. Humans are always presented as the adaptable, versatile race. They're the jack of all trades race, so to speak.
Mm.
And that just makes sense because, well,
We
we're
are
them.
humans. We're allowed to dream, Harold.
We want to be the ones that can kind of fit in everywhere.
I'm very satisfied with the humans. I'm very satisfied with the Arding, and I'm very satisfied with the Orc. I love that Orc is now part of it.
Uh, I like that they're bringing Orc to the, like, if these are going to be the races presented in the new player's handbook. I think that it's a nice to have the Orc as a race to choose from the get go.
Uh-huh.
They haven't included half Orc in this, or half Elf. Now that
Okay.
might be because of the section where you can the section pertaining to children of different humanoid kinds, and they might be doing away with half races because of it. I kind of hope
Oh
they
yeah,
aren't.
because if you've got like a general rule that says if you're half race, then you can
Yeah.
go half human with anything, which kind of makes sense. But why would you want to still have a dedicated half X race?
Well, first of all, half elves are still one of the most powerful races after humans and
True.
elves, because they take the best of both worlds to some extent. While they don't get trance or the humans' full skill versatility, they get to in current fifth edition, and half elf is the one of the only races that gets a total of a +4 to their abilities overall. The only other race that currently has a +4 overall is, I think, the mountain dwarf, either the hill or the mountain dwarf. And I think that dwarf gets a +2 to strength and a +2 to constitution, if I'm remembering correctly. The elf gets a +2 to charisma and a +1 to any other two skills. This is huge. The only other race that comes, well, with Tasha's, you can now have a +3 to any ability scores, to any one, a +1 to any 3 ability scores.
This is custom heritage or
It's, yeah, custom lineage, but no, or customizing your origin. That's what it's called in Tasha's. But long story short, they're very powerful because of this racial bonus effect. With that being moved away from races, half elves might then only be interesting as the children of a different humanoid kind.
The thing is, I actually I would put I don't see a problem with getting rid of the specific half races. Personally, I get it's probably going to, it might end up having a bit of a flat effect where being half human or half whatever, basically half human and half something else, gives you very little specific and enhancement, and it's all way more about where you're coming from.
Well, currently it's purely cosmetic. According to the sidebar there, it's purely cosmetic.
Oh, wonderful. Great. So, but the thing is, though, that what would be nice is if they... I told you before that you actually get in Pathfinder. I don't know if it... I don't really think there's anything like that currently in 5th edition, where basically you apply like a modifier to your entire character. For example, you've built your Dragonborn... Your Dragonborn wizard, and you have leveled him up to level 5. Good, great. Now you say, okay, well, this Dragonborn is very old. They are at the latter years of their life, and you do that, and then it applies modifiers to your character based on that. Now, I'm not specifically talking about just age. What I'm trying to say here is that I like the idea that there's a box, right, a toolbox for dungeon masters and players, full of generic modifiers that aren't class or race bound and aren't feats. These are character building tools which you can add and which you can add to your character, that maybe like one per character, which like for example, one for age and one for upbringing or something like that. But I mean, that's kind of what a background tries to do. But I like the idea that you can get very, very buff humans, or very, very fast humans, or very, very weak orcs, because it's possible. It is always possible. Um, um, my point is that I think it will be sad to lose the nice a nice pre-written race in the form of like half half orcs and half elves, because I do agree having them nice and pre-written.
I'm specifically sad about losing a half elf and half orc because as they are as races, they're very powerful. The half orc in particular has a feature that a full orc does not. Half orcs have resilience. I can't remember. I think it's called.
It's called some sort of pure orc resilience. I can never remember.
Anyways, which the full orc does not have. I mean, and this is not just something new to this document. It's
no. This is something that a lot of us have gotten wrong many times.
It's just one of those things of the half orc has this.
But now the orc the orc as a character class race has relentless endurance as well. Luckily. So yeah, no. I think when it comes the difference there, what you're referring to is that sometimes the monster NPC orc doesn't have that feature.
Oh, it does. It does.
Yeah, the orc does have relentless endurance.
Does. Well, I mean, the one D&D version does. Unless it's been reprinted in Monsters of the Multiverse, the original orc in 5th edition, yes, the legacy version, does not have relentless.
Oh yeah, no, I'm almost sure it doesn't.
Uh,
Anyway, I see where you're coming from. It's kind of sad that to one hand, it's kind of sad that you lose those like properly pre-written from the mouth of the horse, written lore and background for a half orc, right? On one side, that's sad to me, but on the other side, having because people in practice anyway kind of just ignore it and used to essentially even before the Tasha's custom lineage rules were written, people were anyway just making up whatever they want to. It's nice now to rather have the correct tools for that, and then, if I really want to, I can still go back and use the half orcs, because
the reprinted version of the orc that was presented in Monsters of the Multiverse does have relentless endurance as well. So this change has already been made.
Nice. But anyway, so what are your what's your array? I've got very satisfied, very satisfied, and just median satisfied, and then just very satisfied with orc.
I'm very satisfied with human, very satisfied with Ardling, I'm satisfied with Dragonborn, satisfied with the dwarf, I'm very satisfied with the elf, I'm satisfied with the gnome and the halfling, and now I'm very satisfied with the orc. I was only satisfied. And I'm very satisfied with the tiefling.
I'm okay with the tiefling. It's I'm glad it's getting love, and I'm satisfied with it. They didn't take away anything there.
I like the representation of moving away from you were born of Mammon or Glacier or Dispatter or what have you.
It's great now that it's
away
from the negative planes.
Because those were all from the hells.
Yes. Now it's from
just the three negative plane alignments. I love that. And then the reflection of that in the Ardlings is how they should be presented.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna, because of that, just go back and change my rating for tieflings, because Ardlings and tieflings are the two sides of the same coin for me, and I think they both are wonderful. I didn't read enough about the gnome. I'm gonna say do not know. Not sure. Let's go to next. How satisfied are you with the elements of the human character option as presented in the article? Is that your next question as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. The human character option. Okay, so the human character option, resourceful. Now, let's quickly go look at resourceful.
Humans.
So under human, it says that
you gain inspiration whenever you finish a long rest. I like it because if it's the way the sort of inspiration mechanics are being presented in this playtest document sort of continue to fit in and adjust along the way across like class features and upcoming races and stuff, I like it because now inspiration isn't a sort of optional meta. It's still a meta mechanic to an extent, but it's essentially advantage. It's no longer a reroll, it's advantage as presented in this playtest document, which
Mm.
makes it a little weaker. But if they give solid mechanics for gaining inspiration and incorporate that into classes and races and features, I love it. I love the concept of you gain advantage on rolls as
As part of a
an
long rest.
ability, as
Well,
an ability.
it's almost that thing about our humans in these stories, because we're essentially shown as the more resourceful ones, just kind of just push a bit harder sometimes, and we have to sleep a lot. But once we've had a nap, we're kind of good.
We do have to
Yeah, I agree. Resourceful fits. I'm satisfied. I'm not very satisfied with. I'm just satisfied. Cool. The next one is skilled. Skilled is you gain proficiency in one skill of your choice. Now, does any other of the races actually get a skill like this? Doesn't seem like it. It will make you. This is similar to. Okay, so this is similar to third edition. Third edition, which we're comparing this to a lot, and by extent Pathfinder and Starfinder, where humans get more skill points at a start.
Yeah.
So this is again for me. I'm just satisfied with this. I'm glad it's there because it works well with.
The dwarf does get forge wise, which means your divine creator gave you an uncanny affinity for working with stone or metal. You gain 2 proficiency with 2 of the following options of your choice: jewelers, masons, smiths, or tinkers tools.
Which is essentially the same, but it's narrow. It's in a certain field.
Yeah.
No, I like it. It matches. And the last one is then versatile. So humans have versatile, which says you gain the skilled feat or another first level feat of your choice. Now this now leans into feats in general, which we don't have all the feats in a document available here yet, it seems, but there's a lot of them.
We don't have them all yet, but you made a point which I remember because it resonated with me about this particular ability. You liked the fact that they said you gain the skilled feat or another first level of your choice. You like the fact that they said here's the best pick, but you can have whatever you want. And I agree with you there. And I know how the skilled feat looks. It's essentially the feat that makes sense for a human to have because it gives you another proficiency. So with skillful, you gain a proficiency. With the skilled feat, you gain a proficiency. But you also gain an expertise in a skill that you're already proficient, plus an ability score increase of +1 to an ability of your choice.
Is that the
So essentially,
is that skilled for 1D&D?
I think it's the same. I don't think it changed.
Skilled for 1D&D in the current documents state it's a bit more simple. You have exceptional broad learning. You choose 3 skills for which you lack proficiency, and now you have proficiency in them, basically. That's it.
Okay, so this is the skilled feat. I was thinking of the skill expert. The skilled and skill expert.
But that's the thing. Skilled expert is something you can now take at level 1. And because this is compatible with 5th edition, you can just do that.
Yeah.
No, I agree completely. I in general, not so. I like this, but not because of, Homo sapien human. I like this because this is the type of telltale sign that a return to way more feats. Because having these feats available, and having again, this comes back to my concept of like a box of tools. Give me more separate tools that I can slot and Lego my own heroes together. And that it doesn't have to be complex. It can be super simple. And then you have the license, as Wizards of the Coast, to sell me books of feats and to expand the game. You can essentially then build a setting, right? And instead of creating a subclass or like something, you can literally just say, cool, here's a bunch of feats that make sense in Ravenloft. Here's a bunch of feats that make sense in Spelljammer. Here's a bunch of etc., etc., etc. But yeah, no, I do agree. Versatile is something I'm very satisfied with.
All right. But now we have the chance to not just click next, we can leave comments. This is the first one where we can leave comments.
Okay.
Do we want to? What do we want to say?
Optional. Well, each one of us have to say our own thing.
Humans of many worlds.
Make the.
I want to say something about the children of different humanoid kinds. But I don't know how to word it in a pithy manner, succinct and straightforward way. I'm going to say turning inspiration.
So I said I love the return to a focus on feats in general. The rules for half races make the human traits go further. I do like the fact that I do like the fact that we have a more open toolbox for building half races, even if it is a bittersweet, to leave behind the classic half races. That is my feedback.
I like it. Like it. Good.
But yeah, finish your feedback calmly. I'm gonna quickly read a bit about the Ardling.
Got an extra bit there.
No, I've got Ardling now.
No. You have bit in front of bittersweet, so it says bittersweet.
Meh, fine. They can read my stuff. Ardling. It's the first race here. Ardlings are supernatural beings who are either born in upper planes or have one or more ancestors who originated there. Bright souls shine of light of immortal beings. Call the upper planes home. What did you do tonight, Dominic? It's Friday night. I know, I'm having fun filling in forms with my friends. Just how much of a dork am I? I at least had one beer. With dinner. Let's have a look here. Ooh. Oh, I'm very satisfied with these three things. Angelic Flight, the rules regarding Angelic Flight. Angelic Flight. As a bonus action, you sprout spectral wings for a moment and fly up to a number of feet equal to your speed. You are in the air at the end of the movement. You fall if nothing is holding you aloft. You can use a bonus action a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier, and you regain all expended uses when you finish long rest. Doesn't it ever increase? Since it's not natively part of you, you're sort of lifting you off of yourself. I'm satisfied with Angelic Flight.
It increases because you use it a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus.
Yes, but if you use your bonus action, you fly 30 feet and then you immediately stop and you need to fall back to the ground.
Up at the end of this move, fall if nothing is holding.
So it's
like
basically
that.
it's just a jump essentially, which is nice. I do like it.
Yes, I like it.
And you can use it more and more and more. I
will
personally
say
it would be
I
nice
like,
at a certain level or like advancement that you've gained full flight.
Yeah, in Pathfinder, flight or the Azamar race gets access to an extra feat, and that's something that I think will be nice to have. Is again more feats. They sort of stopped making them. There are a few. I think that came out with the Player's Handbook and Xanathar's. Or was it Volo's? I can't remember. There are a few feats that are tied to race, but in Pathfinder, there is a feat called Wings. It's literally just called Wings that you can only take if you are the Azamar race. I lie. I think that. Anyways, the point is, it's a racial.
Yeah.
It differs. You get angelic wings if you're an Azamar and dragon wings if you're Dragonborn. The point is, you can take it if you are certain races, and then it gives you benefits. It doesn't give you actual flight, at least not in the games. I don't know.
Yeah,
about
in
the tabletop version.
True. This is now that in I mean 5th edition Azamar, you basically just got wings that made you like that did other things.
Yeah.
Didn't ever make you fly.
Yeah. And so it's nice. It's nice that it's got a limitation, unlike the Hadozi, which can reach Mach 5 by falling.
Oh, yeah. What we're not talking about those, screw those things. My fundamental problem with those is not the rules; it's their design.
Fair enough, I guess.
I mean, I know it's a fancy game, but there needs to be at least a vague semblance of physics. Even if it's misrepresented, it needs to be. Anyway. Damage resistance for the what damage resistance? What damage resistance does the Ortling have? You have resistance to radiant. Oh yeah, no, that makes absolute sense. I'm satisfied with that. I've got no specific comments with the Ardling, so I'm just gonna carry on. Actually, no, I am going to write something. Screw that. I love the introduction. Ardling.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. I write slower, but there we have it. Inspiration is presented in the UA being made into a robust mechanic accessible to races and classes is an inspired idea. Little joke included in my little comment on humans. But now I'm on the right oddlings. Very satisfied. And then I want to go to the Celestial Legacy. So exalted, passion, Arborea, the heroic heart of Isgard, and the wondrous nature of the beastland, all to the Ardlings, exalted. Their celestial ancestors are heroic champions, erotic good planes. And what does it do? Celestial Legacy. Ah, there we are. Celestial Legacy, exalted animals, first level thaumaturgy, third level divine favor, fifth level lesser restoration. Okay, so these are the spells you get depending on which legacy you have. Light, Zone of Truth, Guidance, Animal. I like that.
So even if you're not a spellcaster, because you're an Arding, you gain access to these racial spells.
Yes.
Interesting.
I like them.
Yeah, thaumaturgy, light, and guidance are relatively innocuous but very useful. Lesser restoration, zone of truth, and animal messenger just makes sense. Suggested animals. What's that?
The oddlings are presented like to look like furries. The way
Oh.
the way what's
Oh,
his
it says
name
here an
described
oddling
them.
has a head resembling that of an animal, typically one of the virtuous associates. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't actually
This
catch
is
it the first time around.
this is where my gripe. I'm going to have a lot to say about the oddlings in terms of I really like the racial design.
I think that you
Just
should call them
just they're
Azamar.
they're Azamar. They're Azamar. Just retcon the
Just
Azamar.
retcon the Azamar. That's I
Retcon. Yes,
fully
that's
agree.
exactly what I'm going to say. Retcon the as
Just
to
a
have
retcon.
these features. These features.
Oh, I agree. Actually, there that makes absolute sense.
We don't need new animal race. We don't need new animal race. Animal race.
Angry nerd noises.
We just need Azamar to be counterpoint to things they were always meant to be. Meant to be.
Right. Next up is the Dragonborn. How satisfied are the elements of Dragonborn? Okay, the Dragonborn has the breath weapon, the damage resistance, dark vision, and draconic language. So I'm gonna quickly go over those. So draconic ancestry, is that the one? First one? No, weapon, breath weapon.
Okay.
So
Right.
like before, there's a slight change here that I don't really feel strongly either way, but I do like the simplifying of the rule. In the Dragonborn in 5th edition, your breath weapon had both had a damage type.
Yes.
And a damage profile, like a AOE profile. So
Again,
you had
I think
line or
that
cones.
was I think that was the original iteration. I think it's changed again already in the
probably.
Monsters of the Multiverse book. I think that
Regardless, I do like it simplifying.
I
So
do-
that's
I
not
do
really here or there. It's what it was. I'm glad it's included. I'm satisfied with it. The damage resistance is again based on your
Or
color.
racial.
Again,
Yes.
nothing strange. Happy with that. Dark vision. They never had dark vision before.
No, they didn't, but they should because they're fucking.
They are
Dragonborn.
dragons. Yes, I'm very satisfied with this edition, as someone that loves playing Dragonborns.
Yes.
Draconic language.
I mean, it
You
just makes
instinctively
sense for
know
them
the
to understand
language.
Draconic.
Oh yeah, well that's just.
Well, I
satisfying.
suppose then again that's like that falling back on the argument of
I don't think that should be there really.
nature versus
Nature
nurture.
versus nurture.
What I think is they should
You know
have
what
they should
Yes.
the language section under Dragonborn should be the
Yes.
way should be represented the way the versatile feature of the humans is presented.
Yes.
You may pick Draconic as a language or any other language of your choosing.
You don't know language for the sake of just being born, even if it's a magical place. I like the idea of draconic language should.
Yeah, it can be read as you may know the Draconic language or any other exotic language of your choice because now we have common and exotic languages. Which is also
So
something
my feedback
pleased
here
with.
reads: Draconic language could work better as a language feat option instead. Basically saying that the Dragonborns are kind of for me always sold as even more industrious than humans because they live shorter lives. So because they live very tight family units, they pick up languages quickly. I think they should natively tight family units. I like the idea of them just being like language savvy, for example, right? So they say maybe that you can take any level 1 feat, and of these 5 feats, for example, and it would be feats that either upskill or that give you language options. What would be nice actually is to have a language feat, which just adds a language, which probably there will be.
There is already. I mean, in 3rd edition, there is already.
Okay, I'm going to click next, and I'm going to quickly take a quick bathroom break while you finish your.
Cool. Yeah, it's called linguist. I'm going to say offer. The choice of the other exotic. Now, let me double check to make sure that they're called exotic. I think it was race the test material. Where are the end of the races? Sample background. Build your background. Where's the languages? Size. Human race and background character. Starting languages. Determining your origin. Lifespan, size. Hardly. Kyk verby. I'm seeing it somehow. I'm not seeing it pop up. Here we are. Rare language. Standard and rare language. That's one other rare language. Language. Like lasagna. Language. The dwarf. I'm satisfied. Dark vision. Now scroll to the dwarves. Build your background. Whoa. No. Dwarven resilience. You have resistance to poison damage, an advantage on saving throws to make or avoid the poison condition.
Where are we?
I'm satisfied. And toughness.
Dwarven toughness.
Your hit point maximum increases by 1, and it increases by 1 again whenever you gain a level. Yes, okay, so that's basically how it is currently. I'm satisfied. Forge-wise.
I'm very satisfied with Forge Wife and Stone Cutting. I think that's the type of things we need more of in other races.
Stone Cunning. As a bonus action, you gain Tremor Sense with a range of 60 feet. Yes, I'm very satisfied with that. I'm only satisfied with Forge-wise, and I will put it in my comments as to why. Tool proficiency.
Oh, yeah, this is...
In general, only have meaning if the tool have a more robust system for including their use. That's the most succinct way I can put it, including their use. Currently, there are rules presented in various books, specifically Xanathar, for using inc- and the thing is, when you build a character, whether it's on D&D Beyond or with a character sheet, you don't have blank sections like you do on Starfinder sheets, usually, unless you have a custom sheet. Your tool proficiencies are filtered in a little box underneath your armor and weapon proficiency.
Yeah.
And they're left there to rot unless your DM
is
very active
that
about
little tool
forcing you
proficiency
about forcing you to, if you want to make a thieves tools check or
left
an
there
alchemy
to
check,
rot.
unless your DM tells you, do you have proficiency in the tools? Do you actually have the tools on you?
Yeah.
Unless your DM is active in making them a useful.
It feels like the only
need.
two classes that ever really touch on tools are rogues and artificers.
And that's only because it plays
It's
into
needed.
them.
Yeah, and even then it's like you wave your hands and say, yeah, whatever, you've got the tool. Now, okay,
yes.
In the defense of most DMs and players is that is the proficiency section is something you would ignore or leave out, not ignore, but leave out or downplay, especially with a newer group, or especially as people learn the game. And you can have fulfilling sessions without them. However, both you and I have come to the point now where we like having your character matter. That makes sense. So, you know, and not just the race, not everything about your character. Oh, you learned to use a medicine kit. That matters. You learned to use cooking utensils.
Yeah.
That matters.
Sorry, I'm busy having a tiff with Grammarly, which keeps telling me to delete half my sentences.
I don't use Grammarly. I just screw up all my own.
Proficiencies only have meaning if the tools have a more robust system.
Uh-huh.
For implementing. Don't argue with me.
You can't argue with me there. I know better grammar than you do.
Thing is, Grammarly is optimized for making extremely succinct sentences, not very descriptive ones.
Let's play D&D by Grammarly.
At least the free version of Grammarly.
The cheap version of Grammarly. You don't get all the words. Anyway.
Tool proficiency only have meaning if the tools have a more robust system for implementing their use. Yes, I think
I gave a similar answer because oh shit. I think I just fucked up my form. Reload, please. Oh, did I screw up my form? No, I didn't. No. Oh, thank God. Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. So I wrote down tools are trained, not born into your hands. Having this as a modular option or feat option would be better.
I like that. I like that answer as well, and I kind of wish we had right front, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll be here all night if we sit and we write essays.
Right. So, how satisfied are you with the elements of the elf character option, as presented in the article? I want my elves to be more muscular. Very dissatisfied with trance. Honestly, trance. I hate trance so much. I hate trance. Not hate is a strong word. I have a complicated relationship with sleep in real life.
Yeah. The idea that a race can subsist on less sleep is abhorrent to you.
No, it's just trance just kind of fails, if you know what I mean. Functionally, all that trance ever does in my games is that, unless the entire party is elf, elven, then all that trance does is trance just changes the who has first watch.
Yeah.
That's all it does. It does.
Yeah, it comes down to that so much because we as DMs don't ambush our players while they're sleeping.
True, but then essentially what then happens, well, I do sometimes.
I mean, now and then, but it's like you have to actually ambush them fairly regularly, for trance to be an extremely invaluable tool. Because the fact
Exactly.
that they can rest in half the time that the rest of the people need to rest is an incredible feature. But as you say, it doesn't come up because everyone in any case just does
Needs
the
to
rest
rest
for
for
8
8 hours.
hours.
Yes, and then essentially what then happens is the elf functioning, and what can happen is the elf will then be able to do more downtime activities. But now
Yeah.
you need to do downtime activities in increments of hours. And I know you and I differ on downtime activities with a rather large margin. But I like downtime activities being these large swaths of time, basically going, oh, cool, the party spent 2 weeks in the city. And then we just sort of have sit it on the table and sort of collectively tell this a scene about how we all, we saw the sights. Come to the city, have a couple of laughs, and learn a few things. But starting to then, if you're going to start counting downtime activities like learning a skill or something in hours, like that, simply because this player has nothing better to do, that's a bad reason to do it, for me at least.
I'm
And
just looking up.
it's not that bad. I just have a bad relationship with it.
I'm just looking up what elves looked like in second edition for my own edification. So
Oh
they had
dear.
a racial ability adjustment of +1 to Dex and -1 to Constitution, and they only back then certain races were locked out of certain classes. So the available character classes for the elf was cleric, fighter, wizard, thief, ranger, fighter, mage, fighter, thief, fighter, mage, thief, fighter, mage, thief, the triple class, or mage,
Mm.
thief. And then initial language choices were common, elf, gnome, halfling, goblin, hobgoblin, orc, and gnoll. They gained an additional 90% resistance to sleep and all charm-related spells. That is reflected in what's the word? What's the name in High Ancestry for the current edition? A +1 attack bonus when using a bow, short bow, or long sword. Opponents suffer a -4 to surprise roll when an elf is not in metal armor and at least 90 feet away from any party member that is not a halfling, also not wearing metal armor. Very specific, very strange rule. They have infravision, which is the old name for dark vision, up to 60 feet. Notice concealed door within 10 feet. That's for keen senses. Find concealed door 1 to 3 on a d6. Find secret door 1 to 2 on. So keen senses is that. So what I wanted to do with looking up the old elf is I can't complain about trance if I don't have a better feature for them to have.
I I'm gonna complain about trans because I think there needs to be a better. It needs to be a better. I'm gonna play. Just I don't have a better one yet, but I'm gonna say I'm very dissatisfied and say there needs to be a better way to benefit the short rest. What I would rather suggest is move it away from, um, uh, make it a short rest benefit instead of a long rest benefit.
Okay.
Um,
So
okay.
they can what? They can
I don't know. It's just
take a short
suggestion.
rest in 10 minutes instead of an hour.
So
The
so
way
so no. So for example, um, everyone rests the same amount of time. Elves rest 8 hours. Humans rest 8 hours. Short rest is, for example, what, an hour or half an hour now? I can't remember. Um, for humans and elves, right? Like everyone's rest the same amount of time. We're going to bed for the same amount of hours. Now go to bed. The part about trance, which says that your resistance against being put magically asleep, that's perfect. I love that. But what about if trance could, for example, I'm literally spitballing now. For example, because you can go into a trance, you've got a different relationship with sleep in general, right? Because you don't actually sleep, you just meditate because you're different at the being. You rather gain other things. For example, you have a chance to, let's say, not use a hit die on a short rest. You've got you've got what's his face? As an example, maybe you've got an option to during a long rest, during a long rest, keep watch um, by a low form of astral projection. Stuff like that. I don't know. So add mechanics in that actually affect the short rest as well. Because if you can go into meditative states for 4 hours, if you give me in real life an hour, give me 20 minutes of that hour, and I'm gonna pass out for a power nap. I can. Humans can do that. And if you're telling me that elves only need 4 hours of actual bed rest because they're that proficient in going into a trance, imagine how those guys power nap. You know, that's my sort of angle on it. That's what that I would like to see changed. Other than that, I'm happy with the elf. I don't see any other
I
issues
can't
with the
think
elf.
of, without sitting here for a very long time, think of a better suggestion for trance.
Me neither, really. I'm just saying that
So
since I have the option now to raise my concerns regarding trance, I am.
what I will look into is the elves of many worlds. Drow, known for their white hair and dusky gray skin tones, draw typically dwell in the Underdark. Yada. Are these just cosmetic?
Pretty much. Shouldn't they add something like
Yeah,
light
no,
sensitivity?
dissatisfied with those. And
I'm gonna agree with
I
you.
will give answers there. I will give answers. My ancestry, I'm satisfied with senses. I'm satisfied with trance.
I'm gonna start reading the halfling stuff in the meantime.
I don't.
There needs to be even if even if it's only one thing, there needs to be some
Yes.
sort of change. For example, drow light sensitivity. The high elves usually got like a
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
like a bit of a magical affinity. Wood elves need to maybe get survival as a free skill or a feat of similar type. Although feats are
Okay.
powerful at level.
Uh, I, I, they do need different options, but no one would ever play a drow if their option was that they gain light sensitive, because that's a detriment. There's no benefit if you just gain light sensitivity.
Then rather just give them shadow
Then you're
affinity.
essentially paying to play the pretty dark skinned race,
Well,
because
when
currently they are
then
cosmetic.
yeah, sure. But I mean, then what I'm saying now is then lean into it. Then lean into it. Don't say they've got light sensitivity. Tell them tell them you've got dark affinity. So like shadow affinity. So for example, let's say you go into the if you're in dimly lit or dark rooms, you get bonuses or a flat out advantage on stealth rolls and things like in general. So well, as an example, I'm just saying matters. And for like maybe the high elves, if like you've got sun affinity, yeah, but then it really becomes like a sun elf type of thing, which you don't want because it needs to be a bit more general,
Uh, Keen senses trait. Where What does it do? A proficiency in the perception skill. Uh, Perception. Avoid, make to avoid or end the charmed condition. Hmm. Again, I can give a nice long depth answer, but we'll sit here forever if I do.
Also, you
For
know, where people
example,
at Wizards need to also read this. Um,
no, my thought was the section from trance where where it says you don't need to sleep, or actually no, more specifically, magic can't put you to sleep. Take that, include it in Fey Ancestry. So Fey Ancestry will then read
oh
you have
yeah,
advantage. You have advantage on saving throws you make to avoid or end the charmed condition, and magic can't put you to sleep. And then trance. And this is something I'm drawing from the way the Astral Elf was presented, in the
Okay.
UA, and I think that made it through into their final version. I can't remember. But then on trance, then it can say on a long rest or potentially a short rest, um, you can gain proficiency in a skill of your choice. Because when astral elves take their trance, they gain proficiencies in addition to only needing to sleep for 4 hours.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then trance is just
Also, why does it feel like they're just adding 3 sub races, 3 like racial options because they gave the other races 3 races? It's okay. It is okay if there are more like quote unquote sub races of one race than there is of another. It doesn't have to be equitable.
true, but currently there are so many different types of elves.
Makes their job. It makes it the way to codify it as hard, but I like
Also,
to counter myself. Give
Mm.
us like 3 for each. Keep it equitable, and then sell me a book that's just like oops all elves, and then it's all the other elf options available for the edition. Because I mean, again, in third edition and third edition and in advanced D&D second edition, you had these books which was the complete warrior or the complete dwarf or whatever, and then it was a book just full of content for that topic. If that makes sense. Weird error on my phone just now. Started. There you go. Okay. All right, halfling.
Okay, right, I'm gonna leave it at that and then move
Yeah,
on to
I
halfling.
don't really know much about the halfling, so let me just quickly look at those.
Okay, satisfied with dark vision. And then if the
Skip
forest
notes.
gnome and Nochrome
Nochrome.
the Nochrome, the rock gnome, again, these are cosmetic.
Well, I'm on the halfling, so we probably got them in a different order.
Oh, I'm on the gnome as well. Don't worry. I'm reading the gnomes of many worlds section is right next to halflings on the document. That's why ek kyk verby.
Halfling traits. So halflings are brave, luck when you roll 20.
Wait, I just need to. They are. I'm an idiot. I'm changing my answer.
Or about what?
Back. No, it's because of the way this is laid out. I don't. I would rather have blank spaces on the document.
Are they
and have it
lineages?
all-
I don't
The
understand.
elven lineages do.
Oh,
present
they do
different
have
options.
Okay, never mind.
They do
We're
present different
dumbasses. Yeah, I'm changing my answer.
Satisfied. They get different spells.
Right, moving on. Lucky, well, luck, love it. Naturally stealthy, satisfied. Nimbleness, satisfied. Brave, satisfied. I like the edition. It was brave in 5th edition.
I think so. I think if you were a stout halfling.
Either way, I like the halfling traits. Nothing here really bothers me or stands out as problematic.
Did you already do gnome?
No, I didn't get gnome. I told you, I think I got it in a different order because I went straight over to halfling.
Okay.
I know yours went different.
I've got gnome and now I've got halfling. But you didn't get.
I'm sure I didn't. I went straight from elf. Yeah, dwarf, elf.
Very satisfied with luck as well.
Yeah, I'm very satisfied with luck. Just because it is the first time we read about the test. But yeah, I've got nothing specific to say about halfling. Next one after halfling I get now is orc. I'm gonna quickly read orc. Ooh, orc. Very satisfied with relentless endurance off the bat.
Yep.
Gotta say that. I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with dark vision. And yeah, no. I'm just glad orcs are now here. Glad to have orcs.
Adrenaline rush. You can take the dash action as a bonus action. When you do so, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. You can use this trait a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus and gain all expended use finish along. Satisfied? I don't know what else to say about that.
No, me neither. No, I'm not. I'm just glad that they're there.
And then tieflings.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yep.
I'll satisfy you with the elements of the tiefling character. First, second verse, same as the first. I'm just very satisfied that they've got. I am glad that they. I do prefer this change. The tieflings are now from the evil or evil / negative planes of existence and not only bound to the lawful devil.
That's
So yeah, my comment here is essentially that Dark Vision. They should have. Yeah, I'm satisfied with Dark Vision. I think I don't like Dark Vision straight up. I think that the vision type they get should be bound to their legacy. It would
fair
be
enough, but
nice.
which legacy wouldn't get dark vision?
No. Fair, but some of them might be. Devil Sight is a thing.
True, but they already have something which is different comparatively to the Oddlings. So all Oddlings get a resistance to radiant damage.
Mm-hmm.
The new Tieflings get the Thaumaturgy cantrip no matter what legacy you have. And then instead of a cantrip based on your legacy, you get a resistance based on your legacy. Oh, wait, no. No, yes, you get a resistance and a cantrip.
Yeah, no, okay, never mind.
So right. Poison damage and poison spray, necrotic resistance to poison damage, resistance to necrotic damage until that makes them more powerful than Oddlings. Right off the bat.
Mm.
I might have to go back and say that Oddlings need to be at least as powerful as Tieflings. Instead, they have like a bunch of animals that you can pick from. What nonsense.
No, I agree. I get question number 21. How satisfied were you with the overall with the character background section as presented in the article? Character backgrounds. Okay, that's next.
I have to go back a long ways.
Oh yeah, no, I like the idea that there's like a core rule for it, and then there's a few suggested options. And I like that ability score improvements are now included in the backgrounds and not in the race. I'm very satisfied with this. Oh dear lord, how satisfied you with the elements? Ability score, very satisfied. I'm very satisfied with the ability score section. I'm satisfied with skills, satisfied with tools, very satisfied with languages being part of your background. I'm satisfied with feats being here. And equipment, I'm satisfied with. Yeah, I don't know. No comp here. Give us more. Example options. Tool.
Okay.
Sorry, which one were you filling in now? Oh shit!
I just went back to Oddlings and just
just
like
tieflings OP, please nerf.
No. I don't know. I like that. I like that you get a resistance based on your legacy, but Oddlings need the same love.
Mm.
No glove, no love.
um,
How satisfied were you overall with the character background? Character back.
that's just after the racial.
Very sad.
Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with that.
How satisfied were you with the elements of the character background section as presented in this? Ability
Not
scores.
sure.
Very sad. Proficiency.
I haven't played the backgrounds, so I'm not sure about any of them. As they're presented, I'm satisfied with them. I don't see any problem there.
Elements of the character. No, but the entire point is that the sample backgrounds are there for the lazy folk. You're meant to build your background. So the elements of the background, the ability scores, skill proficiencies, tool proficiency, language, those. Oh, you're on the next section. Never mind. My apologies. I am dissatisfied with tool. Language. Again. Tool proficiency. Stop. And put an exclamation point like I should. Which of these backgrounds have you playtested? I haven't played. How satisfied are you with the following backgrounds as presented? Column last.
Yeah, not sure. So my response here is please reinforce the rules to have us build our own backgrounds. Ultramodern, Cyberpunk, and Traveler, to name a few, have wonderful background building tool sets. Which I prefer. I love the background systems which actually, instead of it just being a drop down option and you're choosing one out of 19,000 options, I love that your background is part of the role playing session, where we sit around and we go like the same way we built Velour for you, where we okay, you're now X amount of years old. Do you want to go another year and try and see if more interesting stuff happens to you and maybe make decisions on those? And it just builds a more fleshed out character off the bat. It just does for me, But yeah, that's my opinion.
I currently like the fact that they've prioritized building your own background over the sample
No, me
backgrounds.
too. Me too.
Already.
I just want them to give us more tools for it.
I think so. I think it will be nice to have them, but I think that they can be optional. I mean,
Yeah, sure.
in the
But
end,
give them to
everything's
us.
optional.
Yes.
Anyways, I don't have any specific.
Do you use feats when playing 5th edition 5th edition D&D? Always. I never play without feats. Because without them, it's essentially just a couple of numbers. Which of the feats have you play tested? I haven't play tested any of these. Yeah, the ones in the book. In the Unearthed Arcana release. Not sure. Oh, as they're presented, I like. I'm gonna mark. Not sure, but I do like the way Lucky works now. And skilled, because you can take skilled multiple times, and it reinforces the stuff.
I do like that farmer is now a background in the sample backgrounds. It just struck me now that farmer isn't a background in current 5th edition. That's kind of a
you kind of have
shame.
you kind of had hermit.
Yes, but that gives the wrong idea. That implies that you don't like society, that you hid yourself away.
The farmers do this. No, I'm joking.
Don't they go to the
I
farmers
know.
market? They raise their sheep. Just because they live on a large plot of land without lots of other people around them doesn't mean that they don't like people. Often farmers in feudal eras often had huge families.
Mm. How satisfied are you with elements of the rules glossary section? Oh no! Yes, very satisfied with the change of a D20 test. Love that. Love the grappling as a condition. Love incapacitate as a condition. We had a bit of a back and forth on this last week already. Slow as a condition, I love. Well,
I'm satisfied. It can be called a roll. Called
no, I love it. It's a
roll.
test. If you call it the role, it just goes back to the. I love the change. I love the fact that they're changing core terminology. You know, to make it something specific. Love it.
I understand. I understand. I do. Really, I do. But when you're explaining this game to someone who's got no cooking clue, even the first
It won't be that
concept about
confusing.
it, it's not about confusing. It's about the words, the wording, the. If you tell them when you make a D20 test, they're gonna be like, "Huh? I have to make tests."
Well, people for that fact, people get usually with very new players, they don't even know what the D20 means. No, I understand what you're saying.
I understand.
And
Is it going to be?
calling
I
it
genuinely know where you're coming from. Genuinely,
referring it to a role,
Mm.
referring to it a role in conversation is fine,
Mm.
but having it written as test in the physical rule documentation opens the door to build, for me at least, from my perspective, to build more robust rulings and not end up with the enormous amount of vagary we have in 5th edition.
Okay, I understand.
That's my concept there.
I can't argue because that for me comes down to the fact that role is already so ubiquitous. If the word D20 roll weren't already ubiquitous, it would be the same effect. The fact that it is a different word, the very fact that it's different, is what gives you that authority to say, in the rulings, the D20 test is so and so. That the fact that it's different is what makes it stand out there. For me, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on the fence about. I both love and hate the fact that it's called the D20 test. I love that because it's a very specific thing that you can go into the rulebook and say, the D20 test is so and so, does give you rules authority.
The funny thing though is that
when I imagine a scenario with another player where we're discussing the D20 rolls, and it's like, so what's a test? It's when you roll a D20, and that can be a skill check, a saving throw, or an attack roll. So when you roll a D20, when you make a D20 roll, it's when you are doing a D20 test. I know it's not complicated. It's just it's gonna be. I don't know. I want it to be less.
it could be probably a different word then, but I do like the concept. If they probably the what's his face by any other name, keeping it as an overall, what did I call it in? Call it something else in. I mean, what's his face? I do, I get where you're coming from. Having the thing called what the verb of the action you're going to perform as well, like kind of sense. In Dread, you do a pull on the Jenga tower. I get that, but and I let me put it this way. I'm happy to sacrifice that amount of upfront vagary to a new player in exchange for more robust rules for the player that's played a few times. Because it's all good and well. Everyone understands what the role is. Yeah, everyone understands the role is. But then years later, we're still bloody fucking arguing if you can use inspiration for a death save, which is it's grey. It just is, you know. Now it's a test, and a test doesn't include a death save. You know, that's a you know, for example, it might
No,
not. I'm not saying
includes
it does.
saving throws.
Yeah, well, there we go. And now, and so now it you know,
And
can be clear.
and by the seat of my burnt pants, I know that death saves are bloody saves. Again,
But
I'm not upset about the fact that my players came and told me that someone else made a ruling differently. It's the fact that it had
way
to
it was
occur.
done.
It had to occur right after. Just didn't I as DM just wasn't fast enough to say whatever the rulings may eventually be down the line. Right now, I'm ruling. Oh, fuck's sakes! You already found someone else's ruling. The way it occurred was just so upsetting.
It's we live in such a strange, well, in a much different time. I mean, when I started playing, and you know, I'm not even talking that long ago, early 2000s. You just didn't have online resources. You didn't have internet stable enough or enough available online resources, reliable resources to get to rules. The best thing you could get to were third-party rule sets or third-party like characters and options. You didn't have the option to just open Beyond and go to the Twitter page. Twitter didn't even exist when I started playing this, right?
Thing is, it's because I felt like I was being very amicable with saying we can change the ruling later. This is the ruling for now. And
Yeah,
the fact
that
that
makes sense.
I just wasn't fast enough to say that before someone had already found the unofficial official ruling. It was so disheartening to then have said that and then go, okay, fine. I go back on my ruling I just made. You can use your inspiration. You can use your bardic inspiration on a death save.
No, I understand. I understand where you're coming from, but you see, it's
It
because
was so
of the,
unsatisfying for me
would
to be the arbitrator in that moment.
It's because of stuff like this, right? It's because of stuff like this that I'm saying that even though calling it a test seems a bit strange, which it does, I agree with it. But because of what it represents I like the idea that instead of it just being like if you take the word roll and write it on a whiteboard and circle it, but we're standing very close to the board and we're just seeing the word roll in a circle.
Yeah.
I like what, for me, calling it a test is you're taking your whiteboard marker and taking 5 steps back from the whiteboard. And now you can see the entire whiteboard and where it connects. I'm kind of defending my position, not because I think I'm absolutely right, but rather because I hope I will be right. I really, 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 really hope that with 1D&D, they basically they have such modular boxes that you can pick up and snap together, but the core, the very, very core of it, is solid. Kind of like how you've not played Cyberpunk yet, but Cyberpunk I wouldn't say is the superior system. I think it has got its own challenges. But it's a very old system. It was written years and years and years ago, the core original Cyberpunk. But inside Cyberpunk, inside all of the rules, because there's a lot of rules, inside it, there are, I think, 4 or 5 pages, which is called Friday Night Combat. Friday Night Combat is a robust, core, straightforward to understand rule set for how combat works. And then anything else is then the specific that needs to slot into that or connect with that. And if it doesn't, you can't use it. That's kind of what I appreciate about it. It does sometimes become a bit inflexible, and it does lead to some strange power creep. So trust me, it's not the spear system by far.
No, I completely agree.
That.
I genuinely overall do love the concept of the D20 test. In typical villain fashion, just have this desire for it to be named something a little more attractive. That's
Oh
really
no, for
actually what
sure.
it comes down to.
Uh,
And
it it would be nice. No, agreed. Because
I don't think that there is a more attractive word because although it is just a D20 roll, and it would make sense to call it a D20 roll, it is too ambiguous calling it a roll. Calling it a test makes people go, "Ah, okay, yes."
you can't call it a challenge because that's already a term in 5th edition. You can't call it a check
Yeah, there
because that's
isn't.
already something.
Yeah, there isn't another
Uh,
quick and
it
easy word that you can
It's
use.
pithy, that's short, but yes, in principle, I like it, but I do agree.
Okay. Anyways, are you on
I'm
the
gonna write
critical
down.
hits section yet?
I have filled mine in. I said I'm not at the critical hit section. I've got
Oh.
D20 test grapple. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't ask me about all of them.
Oh, you're no, that's the next section after this one. After the
Oh, here we go. Yes, how you? Oh, yes, I have. Rolling one, rolling a 20. How satisfied you with the elements of the D20 test as presented in the article? I'm very satisfied that. I'm not very sad. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied that it's now solidly a ruling. That a natural one is always a fail and a natural 20 is always a success. Because I think that leans into what D&D has become, which is a player power trip. Glad
I mean,
to.
it I feel it balances out because a nat 20 currently has always felt like a success, no matter what you roll it for.
Yeah, true.
But conversely, a nat 1 has only ever felt like a absolute failure on an attack
Yeah.
roll. I prefer it this way around a lot more. Because now a nat 1 is always a failure, no matter what you roll it on. And that's just a ruling. And I can fall back on that when the players go, oh, I rolled a 1. No matter how much your modifier on that Arcana check, if you roll a 1, it's a failure. And that for me is a ruling that I understand can maybe be disputed. But I don't have to dispute it. I can just use it. Conversely, though, I'm going to say here something about critical hits, which I'm slightly dissatisfied with. Critical hits will be I'll say about that. I'm
What
I
about the
don't
critical
know
hit
enough.
thing?
I so
Why don't
currently
you?
let me
Why don't?
let me read the exact wording so that
Okay,
I
go
don't
for
fuck up anything here.
it.
Critical hits, weapons, and unarmed strikes have a special feature for player characters. Critical hits. If a player character rolls a 20 for an attack roll with a weapon or unarmed strike, the attack is also a critical, which means the damage dice of the weapon or unarmed strike. What? You roll the damage dice of the weapon or unarmed strike a second time and add the second roll as extra damage to the target. And then they give an example. So, as written here, critical hits only apply to weapon and unarmed strikes and only for player characters. Now, I can see the merit, and that's what I was gonna say before you asked me about my gripe with them. I can see the merits in allowing criticals only on weapon and unarmed strike attacks. I can, because it then gives the martial classes that little bit more that little bit something that the spellcasters don't. Because currently in 5th edition, spellcasters, in my personal opinion, are just flat out more powerful than martial classes.
Well, yeah, they are.
And
You get more
for that reason, I can see
potentially.
supporting critical hits on weapon and unarmed strikes alone. But for only the player characters, even if you make arguments about how monsters have recharge abilities and that those should be the, the cool DM like gotcha moments. I want to roll a 20 and go, that's a nat 20. And if the monster is doing a weapon or like natural, like a claw attack, which should be considered an unarmed strike. I mean, it's not armed with something or claws, whatever. The point is, if I roll a 20 on that creature's claw attack, I want to double those damn damage dice. So that's all I'm going to say. Criticals should still be available to anyone.
You swayed me. Yeah, I'll criticals. I love the new ruling, but the DMs need to be able to crit as well. They're also a player on the table. It's unfair to leave them out of that fun. Also, now you're just gonna have DMs that start taking over players to be able to crit.
Yeah. Anyways. How satisfied are you with the elements of the inspiration as presented in the article? Gaining only one at a time and losing inspiration. I like the gaining and losing inspiration as presented. When you roll a nat 20, you gain inspiration. On a long rest, you lose inspiration. I love losing inspiration. And one at a time, yeah, that's fine.
I love all of it. Yeah, I'm super, super happy with it. How satisfied are you with the elements of long rest as presented in article? But that doesn't really change. Interrupting a long rest and satisfied. It's similar. There's nothing specifically different.
Yeah, nothing I can think.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say satisfied next. That's not something. Additional comments. Optional. This is a wonderful start. And for 21 pages of content, this shows easily 10 times the polish. 10 times the polish in relation spell hammer. Give us rules that work this way. Cool. I think I spelled something wrong, but it's fine. No, but that's bothering me now. Poshish. I'm just curious. No, it's fine. So I was like, is that Polish or Polish? I just want to make sure.
I think they're the same. I think that Polish and
Polish
it's
synonym.
exactly the same.
The following questions are just
homonym,
for homonym. Thank you. The following questions are just for classification purposes. Oh, okay. This is just some general stuff. Good Lord, how old am I again? I can't remember my age every year. Every goddamn year. I'm either 32 or 33.
What else did I want
to say? Welcome to me forgetting my age. Over and over and over. I'm turning 34 soon.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
I am a Meon. And submit. Awesome. Thank you for taking the survey. Your feedback is very important to us and the D&D game. And to the D&D game.
Man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl.
Well, thank you for going through the form with me.
Yeah, no, I'm super pleased that we did this. I'm especially pleased we did it on stream.
Yeah, no, it's
we
recorded as well.
we said a lot more about it than we actually put in the survey.
Oh yeah, no, for a fact, no. I mean, it's very clear, like usual, we've got different opinions on things, but for very good reasons, and for different like experiences in those reasons. So I'm hoping that we can just pop this on Le YouTube later, and then have it available for the club to review. No, that's something I really, really want to work. It's awesome, man. Well, anyways, want to relax with some spicy wizard?
Oh, spicy wizard. Am I spicy enough for him? Okay.
No, you don't have to.
I prefer to play Songs of Conquest.
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
Hammer Watch right now.
You just update the stream information in the meantime, and then let's get that going. Hold the voice transition right. Setup. Stream information. Oh, we're playing Songs of.
Because I feel like I said, I don't think this game is as hard as it initially presented itself as. You just need to be very sure that what you're fighting isn't a fair fight on their part. It needs to be an unfair fight.
Songs of the Spicy Wizard. Wonderful. Okay. Well, we need to make a new game. So, do you want to go? What are you thinking? 2v2. Because we kind of need.
I kind of want to challenge you.
Sure, let's do that.
And then it's just me versus you. Then we promise no hard feelings to ever losers.
That's fine. I promise no hard feelings. Select map. I just need to find a good.
I promise as well because I'm very competitive. So
fine. There's a one-player map here, which it's literally just you against the world. Okay, that makes sense.
You versus the world.
Oh, plateau is huge. That's huge. This is nice and small. Valley, low. Yeah, let's go with this. Cool. Game is up. Just remember to choose your race again this time before you.
Cool.
Do your thing. I'm gonna quickly pop you an invite.
Yes, please.
It has been done. It has been done.
Game. Yes, and it worked.
Which race do I want to play? The Rana or the Swamp Dwellers? Nope. The Braya or the Chain of the Empire. Hell, they're like the Hell and Air. Okay, Barony of Loth.
I first need to join. There we go. Arleon.
Which one do you want to play?
Barony of Loth. Barrier. Drew off the chains of the Empire and allied with Harima. Now contract. That's on.
I'm gonna go with Arleon this time. Because I played the Undead last time.
Oh, the Barrier are the ones that have the guns. The desert dwelling folk.
Cool. Right. Sweet. Okay, now I'm just gonna transition back again so people can see the stream. Wonderful. You good?
Just picking a
starting doodle.
An order essence. Icon. Hints. I'm gonna pick this one. He start. Set ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm bana dinty.
Nice. Okay, game is starting. Simultaneous turns are on again because they're just awesome. They just
Okie
are.
dokie.
Um,
Press any key. Ah. First things first. We're going to build F top.
cool. Let's start off. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what I'm doing because, well,
Challenging each other.
challenging. Don't look at the stream. I need to upgrade you. Needed to get
Why can't I walk there? Oh. Got which button it is.
Yeah, it's right click. Okay.
Still country.
Yeah, in relation to years of Magic, it is
games,
a bit
yeah.
different. Great axe. What's this? Out of movement. Okay, that's me for now.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Big booty, beautiful.
Big booty bitches. What's that? That song is so amazing. Just because of the original video, those big booty bitches. If you haven't seen it on YouTube, go Google it. There we go.
Round 2.
Round 2. Let's do this.
So it. I'm going to be saying that a lot. Sorry.
Interesting. What's so interesting? What is Dylan doing? Start getting stoned. So quarry me, please. Wrong me. Builders. Can I buy another one? Nope. I don't have enough money. Can I get more draft troops? I can't draft much yet. Okay, wonderful. That's moi. Round 3. That's a nice level up. Okay.
Doom.
What the hell are you playing the Imperial March for?
No reason.
No reason. I can't even remember what race you took.
The barrier, which is like a desert dwelling.
Oh, that's cool.
They have like artificers and musketeers and things like
that. Peasants are honestly quite weak, but they do give good magic, good essence. So I'm gonna get myself a peasant hut, and then I need to get this stuff ready. That's good. That's good. Good. That's me. Ah, this is gonna be fun. I'm just gonna go fetch a refresh to my drink. Be right back. Oh, you do.
Me, I got another wielder.
Ah.
So that I can explore in 2 different directions.
Uh-huh.
And now enter.
Nice, round 4. Aha. Okay. Okay, that cost a little bit more.
Okay, now I need to stop. I don't have it.
Do I have peasant art? Yes, I do have a peasant art. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, right. Immediately upgrade
Das
that.
ist wunderbar.
Drop the troops. Nah, don't drop those yet. Do you feel a draft?
Nope. Don't tell him. The old pants.
Windy hole. Windy my hole any day. What's this? 5 stone. I know. I'm 5.
Hello, 5. I'm Dylan.
Oof.
I see your joke and I raise you a dad. Joke.
Song of the Spicy Wizard. Do, 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 do. Fuck you! Shut up! Fireball.
Fireball. Dee, 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 dee. And now it's end turn.
Nice. This is honestly the most relaxing part of the game, just building up resources and building a base. And
That's why I wanted to play this. The first half is so relaxed.
then we start cursing each other.
Well, I think we're first going to curse some of the NPCs on the map before we curse each other.
True, true. Can I upgrade this? What do we call? I need wood. Oh, I need a woody place, which means I need a market. Then trade.
Into market.
There we go. Now we're cooking with gas and other
Flammable substance.
flammable substances. I'm just gonna sit and stare at my base because it's so goddamn pretty. Oh, hey, yeah, by the way, we got another resubmission for a month on the club. Woohoo!
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You need to die first.
Yup. And
At least that's my guesstimate.
my dad sent me a message. Yeah, I'm gonna have to phone my dad after this.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Yeah, but that's in like 30 minutes or so. When the stream ends. What are you doing?
I am now busy plotting to attack a creature that's guarding amber. I need.
Ooh. Oh, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, right now. Please try again later. Okay. And now it's intern.
Intern. Time for
Oh,
round
jeez.
6. Okay, Dockles. I need to grab this
Round
bust one.
6.
Get the stone. There we go. Hey, level up.
Get the stone.
That's nice. What's this? Signpost, some XP and some extra movement. And that's the limits of what I can do on that side. Gonna come back to base. All I can do there. Buy more troops, draft more troops. Okay, cool. Can I upgrade you yet? No, I can't. Are you done building yet? You need to go one more round. Bloody hell. Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's all I can do for now. This is a very small map.
It is. I've already seen you. I'm sure you've seen me too.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually see your hero, but I do suddenly notice that, yeah, you are there. I hope my strategy works. Because if it doesn't, this Knight's Fortress. The hell? Oh, does Sapper? Oh, this is it. Okay, cool. Yeah, this thing needs to be upgraded. But it'll have to be upgraded soon-ish. A puddle of Rana. A puddle of troops. That's an interesting way of putting it. Stone, this is statue. There's Warhammer over here. A sunken statue. Wonderful.
Been sunk.
You've been sunk!
Right.
You sunk my statue. Round 7. Let's have a look. Okay, my hero needs to come and grab some troops.
I won't get anywhere if I don't do this attack. It's a medium attack, which is basically the same as a deadly.
Okay. Well,
And let's attack.
Cool. That means that I'm gonna be drafted. We play against each other with every step of the way in this one.
Yep.
Oh, look, I've got girls with spears. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what... Okay, I've got great initiative. Oh, you got winning initiative. Damn. Okay. Oh, it's Rana troops. I'm playing the same... I'm defending with what you're attacking with.
Yes.
What is that little goblin boy? It's a piper.
It's called a piper, yes. Not a pied piper.
As a pied piper just mean he was paid. Technically it wasn't, but... Hey, unfair, you've got rifles!
Right,
This
you.
is... Yeah, but I'm not my real army. This is just an NPC army.
Oh.
Yeah, the biggest detriment to me here is that I don't have magic. I just have troops. You have essence. Jeez.
I'm not generating.
Freaking flintlock. Oh, you need to reload. That's the old school.
Yep.
That's a 24. 13 offensive defense
I don't look
outside
forward
range.
to this fight. This fight's gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's a big shot difference. Do you have other abilities? You do not. So, can I end your turn? No, I don't really want to. So I'm actually gonna end your turn. Yeah. Can I have you stay where you are because you've got a good defensive position up there. These fighters with the spears, they seem really cool. They do.
I shouldn't act.
Okay, I can actually now close the distance and come and strike at you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow! You've got reach on these guys? That's really cool. I mean, you've got it too, but...
Okay, there.
Well, you've got essence now, so aren't there any spells you can cast? You can fling at me?
But they're not gonna... What? Oh, that's how you attack?
He kicks me in the shin. The bastard.
So strange.
Well, he's short. They are pikeneers. That's a weird name. We just call them lancers. 3 to 5. Yeah, that's right. Pull back. Alright, this guy is still reloading his weapon, so he's going to hold. This guy isn't reloading his weapon, so he's going to shoot at your pipers.
Good.
Nice. Good. Back of your mind. Screw you, Dominic.
No.
Hey, don't kill my pikeneers.
This is going a lot better than I thought it was.
Drat. What did you just cast?
Quicken, so I can reach you.
Freaking hell. That hurt.
Yes, good.
Yes, good. Bleed. Let's just get rid of this guy. Can't attack while reloading. Oh, wonderful. Well, that means I'm stuck there. Because if I move away, you will get an attack of opportunity on moi.
Can't reach you. Oh.
You should be able to. Yeah, you've got reach. Well, they call it something else here. They call it yeah, it's just it's reach plus 1 melee range. Now I'm still reloading, so I need to intern. He'll kill me now.
Was better than anticipated.
Yeah, it went quite good. The reload time of these troops leaves you with an interesting opening.
Yes.
Right, rest
Something
of my
I have
turn.
to be mindful
Aware of, yeah. Constantly aware.
Watching. Always
Always
watching.
watching.
I'm going to upgrade the farm. To another tier farm. I need 6 wood. I only have... Okay, so... I want to buy some wood.
For wood.
Got some wood.
A strapping, strong young man like yourself. Good wood.
Oh, I actually needed amber for that? That's odd. Well, either way. Can I upgrade your ancient amber? I don't generate ancient
Yes.
amber, so I need to get ancient, which is troublesome. Always troublesome.
Take normal amber and you make it grade papers.
No, you can't just bury amber in the ground and then it becomes ancient amber.
No. Age it by making it do hard labor.
What? No. There we go. Another game we should try is we should try to play RimWorld.
Oh yes. That's an idea. I'm now stuck here. So such time that I can generate enough ancient amber to what I need now that I have an amber mine, because that's what they've
I
been
am
guarding.
going to have to, I'm going to have to basically buy amber. Come to think of it, that might not be a bad idea. Let's really check. Buying amber, 5 amber. Yeah, sure, I'll quickly buy some amber. That's fine. Perfect. Now I can upgrade this guy. Almost. I need wood. So, buy open marketplace and purchase just a bit of wood.
Just a bit.
Just a bit. Now things are starting to shape up. Yes, that's good.
One might say they're in ship shape.
Oh dear lord. I can actually, yeah, let's buy some more wood and then I should be able to upgrade you. Cool. Okay. All my farms are at level tier 2 farm. Has been visited. That has been visited. I don't feel confident I will survive any of these fights yet. There is an amber farm there, but I need to get to that first. What does this cost? Wood and... Oh, I just need wood. Yeah, screw that. I can do that. Well, draft some troops first. Then buy some wood. Sweet. To grab my troops.
Grab 'em.
Upgrade troops, defense.
In a place where they don't want to be grabbed.
No! Stranger danger!
Hey, market day. Wonderful.
Market.
Market.
Die.
I need 4 gold and 10. I need 5 more wood.
You're all going to die.
Okay, so I've got the wood. Now I just need how much? Basically 1 more turn. Well, 2 more turns. Why 2 more turns? Because I'm going to take my hero and buy troops. Yay! Okay. Not gonna go well, but I do need to consider fighting some things. Seems threat level towards this Cecilia unknown. Well, that's troublesome.
Celia, you're breaking my heart.
Shaking my confidence daily. Oh, Cecilia, I'm begging you, please. And copyright will come on home. Come on home.
Where's Sebastian?
Man, I love that
They won't
song.
give us
I
copy
used to listen
strike.
to that. I used to listen to that song on repeat because it was on like a tape I found well at home when I was younger, like the old tape. But in the same cupboard I found another. It's I think a 2-tape set which was a
You found a porno? No, I'm joking.
It was a 2-tape set that was the re-dramatization with and musical of War of the Worlds, which I really loved listening through.
Interesting.
What was it? How did that song go again? It was there's this like catchy song that's part of the musical that I can't remember what it is anymore.
I'll remember in due time.
Okay, well I've got some troops now, but not enough yet. This is going slowly. Can I sell something? I can sell some stone. Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Okay, so if selling stone, that's a good thing. Shucks. I need to be careful because the thing is, if I take my first attack and I screw it up, I don't have a fighting force to defend myself.
Luckily, I'm the only other person here who could invade you, and I'll be courteous enough to let you know if I start getting close enough to that.
Oh, lovely. I'll just start nuking you then. We should probably play a bit of StarCraft or something like that if we like strat games. But your StarCraft that's a high octane strategy game. Not as
Okay.
high octane as Supreme Commander though. Supreme Commander is just batshit.
They all sound lovely. They really don't.
StarCraft is a lot of fun, especially in mono battles. Man, used to play a lot of mono battles back in the day. Hey,
Round 11.
Good harvest. Farmers toil the fields to great effect and pay for the right to do so. Plus 700 gold. Okay, wonderful. Okay, that's good to know. Plebs are needed.
Look at all those peasants. What are they doing? Making grain, sir. What do they make the grain for? To
My
grind
dad
into
is
flour, sir.
my dad is listening to the stream and he just told me the name of the song. It's for War of the Worlds, Forever Autumn by Justin Hayward and Richard Burton as the narrator. Yeah, it's beautiful music. It just is. It's for me at least. I mean, but I listened to it as when I was in primary school, along with a lot of other old tapes and stuff. So
Hey, listen, my parents had an old ABBA CD that I listened to religiously. That
oh yeah.
and a greatest hits, and I didn't realize this until much later, but it was a bunch of greatest hits from musicals. So I know such classics as
Oh
great
no.
such as Great Balls of Fire and
Goodness
June is
gracious.
busting out all over.
I
Saplings
know
are
of
busting
that
out with sap.
I really thought in my life that's like I need to watch Sound of Music. It's this old movie and it's classic and it's people singing and it's happy. And then I watched it the first time and was like, oh no, I'd rather be watching The Pianist. This is depressing. Because you know what the Sound of Music is about?
Yes.
It's freaking sad. It's a sad story. The funniest scene in Sound of Music is where is where
No, I'm joking.
basically where they flee from the villa and stuff, and the Germans rush out to get in their cars and drive away, but nothing starts. And then the nuns just look at each other, and from beneath the robes comes the alternators and the starter motors and the battery, neatly and pristinely removed. They've just carefully deconstructed the Nazi cars. It's such a good scene, and it's such a good punchline at the end of a very depressing act.
Yeah.
But yeah, the song that stuck with me out of Song of Music will always be Edelweiss, because it's one of the only songs that the father
I'm attacking.
sings.
They flee. Yay.
Aw. Okay, well, I can't buy the Super Duper Troops yet, but I'm getting there. What I should be doing then is I should be seeing if I can upgrade this guy. 5 stone and 5 wood. 5 stone and 5 wood, so I need to have that. And stone I produce, so I'll wait.
They flee. Yes.
You're getting a bit too lucky with those, I think. 25 and 100. Lovely. That's a big number. What's the number of these guys? I can't see them there. Would really be worth running all the way there, and I don't have money for that. Nah, it's fine. I'm ending my turn. But yeah, no, it's been a I at some point got my mother a Roxanne compilation album thing, and I ended up watching it on repeat because, and then that Roxanne, is it Roxanne? The band Roxanne, right? Got it right.
Yeah.
Some really some amazing music from them as well. But sorry, I'm just like using on pointless stuff right now. Sorry. Stone. Let's buy some stone. Got some stone. Buy a little bit of stone.
I have found a nice stash, a nice hoard. Stuff.
Roxette, thank you. Yeah, sorry.
Roxette, yeah.
Yeah, I knew Roxanne was wrong. A brain went blurp on that. Oh, come on.
Yes!
Oh, yes, I can finally buy better troops. Wonderful. Okay, so in turn, I am gambling on I really hope my strategy works against you. It's simple, but I hope it works.
Let me tell you a little secret that I use.
Yes.
I have no control over the saves because I acknowledge the fact that if we save scum, it's gonna be disappointing. But that boost of confidence of just going through the process of dropping a save. Now, for you, it matters because you're also the host. If you lose your saves, we lose our progress in our session. But I drop a save, and then I'm just like, I have the confidence to do this because I have a save to fall back on, even though I technically don't.
Yeah, that is backward thinking, but I appreciate the idea.
It's the kind of false confidence you need in this game.
I've got tiny little sheep running around my lands.
I have tiny little scorpions.
Ugh.
They my pet scorpions.
You can't shear a scorpion. Oh.
You can shell it.
Go away.
You can shuck it.
A couple of pipers, 1 to 5. That's your exploratory hero, so I'm not too worried.
That is my exploration here. I need more stone. Honestly, I need more of everything. Stone and wood. Uh-huh. Okay.
Cool. Right, money is moving in. I can now buy... Oh, yes. I'm going to quickly get myself that and that. Now I'm going to start with my fighting.
Now? Oh. Can I not interact?
You hang on.
I haven't
You'll be
been
able
summoned.
To... Not yet,
Oh,
no.
not yet. Okay. There we go. Ah, interesting. You have been selected. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know I'm the smart choice.
Okay, this is going to be a difficult fight.
Difficult, you say?
I'm hoping. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to go well. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you are going to first set up defenses. Okay. Fire! Attack! Smash! Okay. Here we go. Okay, so... Get in... I want you to be... You are all reloading. So I want protection on you. You need to kill this. Thank you. Right. You can't shoot because you are reloading.
That is true.
Spiky lady. Okay, then I want to cast protection. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna do quicken on you. Go. Now you are still reloading, but that's fine because of quicken. I can actually, yeah. What I also can do is I can also quicken you. There we go. Right. This is different. I should be able to do this. Okay. Okay, right. Now you need to... You can't defend yet, so I'll just attack. Oh, the armor of these footmen are really, really nice. It is really, really useful to have something that tough.
Mm-hmm.
But I am relying on my sappers to carry me through this.
I
There we
say
go.
you pass with flying colors.
Jeez, yeah, that was tough actually. But my sappers survived. Aha! Level up. Level up. Guard, melee, scanning, command. I want command because I need to add people to me. Get some gold.
Apologies, I'm
Build
doing a
a-
quick battle.
Sweet, 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 sweet. After this round, we need to save and start calling it, so... Oh,
Yeah.
no, you. Why am I playing the grubby grubs?
They were the easier of the two fights I had a choice
playing-
of.
I've got a weird, like, I'm playing Pokemon and you're playing, I don't know, very angry hunters. What is this thing? A Ravager. Oh, these things are dangerous.
I did not optimize my troop placement. I hate myself. It's fine. I did not think to move them about. I forgot I could do that, actually.
Don't worry. Get essence. And with essence, you can do everything you need to do.
Luckily, none of these... I say that, I don't actually know, because I haven't experienced these birds before. As far as I know, things aren't really ranged. So, for now, I'm going to set ourselves up. Kill that one for now. Come around this side. Yes. Run away. Group
I'm
them
trying
together.
something.
If only there was AoEs game. An interesting tactic to be sure.
The hell is that? A tinkerer. Okay.
Righty. Now. Cannot attack when reloading. Fair enough.
Yeah, you should be able to attack and kill.
I don't quite have enough movement. Yes, I quicken.
Yeah, you've got enough essence to quicken.
Yes.
The tactic remains.
Fair enough, tactic. Fence. Aggression, pacify, justice. I am. Target friendly troops get +10 melee offense ranged off. I'm not going to use that now. I'm going to just play my saxophone.
Play my sax.
Cool. Here we go.
Interesting tactic to be sure.
Another way of saying is Dominic is screwing up.
+10 melee off. +1 damage, all friendly troops. Just outright kill one. Target friendly troop gets in.
Hmm?
Bump. Ah, yes.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, maybe go out with a squish.
A squish.
Yeah, I hope to band them together to multiply their debuff.
But it didn't work.
Conditioning plus rain. See. Let's first get this before I do that.
Test.
But yeah, we can now call it if you'd like.
Yeah, one moment. I just need to quickly. We just need to finish the round at least.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because we both had like fights and stuff. Draft troops. No drafting.
No drafting for you.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. In turn. I'll do a quick day save. Once you've your turn, and we go into round 15. Confirm. Yeah, it's nice and quick. Save game. That's fine. Save. Wonderful. Game saved.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, let me just quickly get back to the. Oh, here we go. Transition. Thank you so much, Dylan. I'm looking forward to doing the other forms for 1D&D over the coming month. You as well.
Yes. Yes.
It'll be cool. Gonna be useful to be able to help shape the game.
Yes.
I'm curious. I really hope they actually like publish the stats of feedback.
Oh, that would be lovely, but they haven't done so. I don't think for any of the. I don't think they've done that for any of the previous surveys they've done.
Yeah. The way I hope they give some sort of response to the feedback. Because it'll just be nice.
Yep.
Anyways, listen, I need to drop off because I need to quickly
Cool.
call some family members. And thank you to anyone who did watch. Well, I'm gonna try and see if our VOD remains online so I can download it over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll hopefully start creating an archive of it on YouTube.
Awesome sauce.
Simple, straightforward, easy to remember.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye.